Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in Fisher Studios Truck Series. This is the inaugural season. Season 1. Welcome everybody. If you're just tuning in, we appreciate you tuning in. This is Asphalt Racing Network's first multi-stream, and will be more to come here for NARAS and the Fisher Studios Truck Series. If you are tuning in on Twitch, we appreciate you jumping in like you always do. And if you are on YouTube, welcome in everybody. Make sure you're dropping in chat who you think will possibly take the win here today. Qualifying is now started. You see the beautiful sky cam here at Daytona. We're going to go ahead and jump on the track. We see a few drivers now officially starting their times. Good old Jordan Fisher. He is starting his qualifying time right now. Seems we have about 15 trucks joining us on the field here tonight. Good number for it to be the first race, excuse me. Of course, Jordan in a 75, a little different, not what we're used to here. Of course, everybody going to be running different paint schemes from what you're used to on Saturdays, which we will be multi-streaming as well once again tomorrow. So be sure to pop on by, whether it's on Twitch or it's on YouTube, and make sure you say hello. Of course, we have Brad Miner in the 87. He's also on the field. You know what? Trading paints. Trading paints is not working again. But of course, our field tonight may be small. Of course, we still expect to grow here in the near weeks to come. It's only race 1. A lot more to go. We have a lot of new faces entering the series almost daily to be a part of the Trucks series. And obviously, we are looking to have a lot of fun under the lights in a truck here tonight. There we go. Trading paint's working now. Caleb Hess is also on the track. Jordan Fisher and Caleb Hess are going to be pulling triple duty this week, running right time, already done in the books on Wednesday. NARAS Truck Series, and then tomorrow's Daytona 500, totaling 1,000 miles driven at Daytona for those two drivers. Ace Wallace on track right now, lone qualifying session. Stephen Hayes in the 82, just finishing his with a Ricky Rudd Haviline throwback scheme. A lot of guys finishing their qualifying times. Charlie Bennett as well. Zachary Taylor finishing his. Brendan Carroll on track right now. Peter Hopp in the 83 tonight. Looking to burn a good lap. Someone we haven't seen in a long time has officially returned to the 78 Toyota. That being James Manderud. Dave Stinson on track right now in the 20. And of course, before we start this race, let's go ahead and give you guys the info here. Weather on the track right now, a comfortable 68 degrees Fahrenheit, 11 mile per hour winds. That's going to make a little bit of a difference. Not too crazy on the draft, though. These trucks might get looser later in the runs as it goes on. It was a complaint we heard from a few drivers last night for the Right Time Truck Series inaugural run here at Daytona as well. So we're going to have to pay attention to the run later on, of course. Little cloudy, 95% humidity, so it is going to be a hefty one for those drivers. Hopefully all cooling suits will be working tonight. Now, of course, they only get a 2-lap qualifying run. We are now running in that last qualifying time. Warm-ups have officially begun. And we will be going to our grid in just a few minutes. Anticipation boiling. You guys have a lot on the line tonight if you're a driver. There's a lot on the line tonight. Bragging rights. The first win of the season. And, of course, everything else that goes along with it. I've seen a lot of people drive together. There we go. Jordan's actually got his real paint scheme on. 75 Rebel delivery. With the 25... Robin Hood scheme, Darrell Colts passing him on the outside right now. Jordan and his team last minute, while we're speaking about that truck, had wrapped the 75 truck this evening in a last-ditch effort. Fisher said his main goal was to get his team's truck ready before his own. And while in the garage area, they had to get that wrap actively on the car and settled on. So now he actually has a last-minute ditch effort paint scheme on the truck tonight, but it doesn't look so bad. See almost all the drivers on track now. While these drivers are getting their warm-ups in. Let's see how much time we have left on the ticker. About 7 minutes of time left in warm-ups. We're going to go ahead and throw it to a quick commercial break. And we will be back in just a few minutes.
Dave in victory lane.
The after-jets are low. Count out anybody. Who wants it the most?
We are eyes on the leader now.
What a victory this will be. Next lap is going to end. Does he have another? No! A dominant performance. They're going to say no, baby. Let's go!
You gotta earn this thing.
It is all on the table.
Come on, guys, eat your food. Let's go.
I want to taste your banana pudding. You taste my banana pudding.
It's on. It's on.
I was going to say, will you marry me?
Is my makeup messy? Yes, it's messy.
Roughly 2 minutes and 20 seconds left in practice. Lot of trucks trying to get acclimated with each other on the track. A lot of new faces we've never seen before here tonight. That's probably a wise decision for most, as you don't want to be in an incident when you can avoid it. So you're seeing a lot of pack racing tonight. Seeing a lot of pack racing already here to go. Minute 39 left. We're currently watching this top group. Currently following the 8 car of Ace Wells in a beautiful throwback scheme. I believe that's a nod to Kyle Busch and Terry Labonte. Bob Labonte, excuse me. I apparently don't know my drivers. It's going to be an insane night here. We will be showing grid in just a few moments. Yeah, that 8 originally was a Bobby Labonte scheme. Believe Kyle Busch did the throwback scheme to that in 2018. He actually won Texas Motor Speedway in that throwback scheme as well, while he was still with Joe Gibbs Racing. '82 Stephen Hayes. Everybody getting off the track, which means you know what time it is. It is time to go racing. Stage 1 going to be 20 laps. Stage 2 going to be mirroring it. Stage 3, 80 laps with at least one pit cycle to go. Official grid on your screen right now. Peter Hopp did it best. Got the pole position tonight in the 83 car. Chevy will be leading the field to the green flag run. On the outside of him, Darrell Coates in the 25 will be starting in second. Bradley Minor, we've seen him in right time, now makes his debut here in NARAS. He will be running a Toyota and will be starting in third. Zachary Taylor in a Chevy in fourth place. Caleb Hess in fifth for Parker Motorsports, obviously in a Chevy. Lucas Lewis in sixth place, and the number 73 running a Chevy as well. Dave Stinson qualified in seventh. Number 20, Ford. First Ford on the screen and in the top 10. Lucas Lewis on the outside qualifying in sixth. Of course, running a Chevy as well. In eighth place, we're going to have James Manderud. Another Toyota on the field. Ninth place, you're going to see that number 8 of Ace Wells. Gage Burns rounding out your top 10. And the decals at number 26 scheme. Jordan Fisher qualified in 11th. Thomas Adams in 12th. Charlie Bennett in the 08 in 13th place. Then, of course, Brandon Carroll in 15th. Dylan Barris in 16th. And the number 77 on the outside with Hunter Battersby in 17th. Rounding out your field here tonight. Moments away from a green flag. If you already haven't, drop your projected winners in the chat. We will be going green here in just a few seconds. First lap of the Fisher Studios Truck Series. These drivers have been anticipating this moment for a long time. We're going to go around one more time. And we will be green here for the inaugural lap. Beautiful field tonight. Looking at the spotters nest on the grandstand, you get the best view in the house. No better view from at the top of those grandstands is exactly what we're looking at right now. All drivers going around the backstretch right now. Show you a few different cams we will have here tonight. Of course, you've already seen the Sky Cam. You see them entering the backstretch right there. Little ants on your screen. We still have the Blimp Cam as well. And then, of course, something we will be doing tonight, a crank it up session with our new wall cams. We also have a flag stand cam we will show you when they go green. And a lot of close-up TV angles. Pace lights are off, signaling we will be having the first green flag here. Caution was extended. Pace car making the first official left-hand turn off the track to lead us into the great American race, that being the Daytona 500. Pace car with the first left-hand turn of the season. Here goes it. Green flag out this time. And there's the flag stand cam. First official lap of the Fisher Studios Truck Series now underway. 20 laps in stage 1. Peter Hopp still out front right now in that 83. 87 of Brad Miner just behind Caleb Hess. Up 2 positions right now in third. Dave Stinson up 3 in fourth. Speaking of Dave, he's already been warned by the admins of the league. He has switched manufacturers 4 times already before our first green flag run here tonight. He was running a Ford tonight, expected to be back in a Toyota next week at Atlanta. And he is one of the few Fords. The only other Fords on the field are this 82 of Stephen Hayes and Dylan Barris in the 77. The rest of it is a Toyota and Chevy dominant field. And that's really not much something you see much of here. It's normally Chevy dominant fields when it comes to NARAS. So it is a little bit of a shocker. Right now, you're seeing a lot of single file action happen in the front of the pack, and it was kind of expected. 20 laps, you don't want to run that fuel off a little bit too early. You're going to try to save it as much as you possibly can. You're not going to save so much, but you'll be surprised on how many laps you can actually save off in the back end of the track. So that's what we're seeing right now. Of course, the leader has the biggest disadvantage of all out of that, due to the simple fact that they have no draft in front. So they are stuck with just the clean air in front of that truck. All in all, still doing pretty good at this point in time. You're starting to see a second line now form. Second line on the outside. Brad Miner got impatient, sitting, waiting. Now Miner runs to the top side. Currently has the lead at lap 3. And of course, we expected a fight. We didn't expect it this early on. Brad Miner now stuck in the middle. Couldn't get back up in time. He's going to be 3 wide, just barely. He's going to be able to get that lead position back on the high side. But now Hop going to run away with it on the low line just for a little bit. Looking through the middle of the field. Following Zachary Tyler in 5th place right now. That is the 31 on the bottom line, just behind the 23 of Caleb Hess. They practically seem to have it figured out now. You're seeing a lot of 2x2 fighting. If you know Daytona, you know this is going to happen. It's a lot of side-by-side action. They want the draft in front. They also want that side draft to help them kind of push themselves along just a little bit farther than what they possibly could have. If they were just out to dry on the high side, that's going to be a big factor throughout the night. Side drafting. That is the name of the game for that high side. We've seen it so far here this week. The high side has always had the run. Now you're seeing Bradley Miner get back that lead position he had just a few laps ago. Dive down to the low side so he can hold it a little bit better. Only 4 cars on that high lane right now. But you're seeing them work together, and it is actually giving them a little bit of an advantage. Not much, though. Caleb Hess in the 23 now going to get the lead on the outside of the line. And I wonder how long it's going to take before these drivers notice that is the rhythm here. You can use that high side. It is really a preferred line. You'll save a lot more tires in the corners. And then, of course, as long as you can have a good draft pack, you will be able to push yourselves to the lead. Lap 7 already. 14 more to go in stage 1. Looking at the race analysis on your screen, this is 120 laps long. Lap 20 will be the first stage break. Lap 40 will be the second. They will come back with 80 laps to go after stage 2. And that will decide the winner of the first race here for the Fisher Studios Truck Series. Right now, we've only had 3 lead changes. Caleb Hess is still currently your leader at lap 8. 13 more to go this time by. Starting to get a good run in that high line. Really dampering off now, though. You saw a lot of them get wiggly there, start possibly fighting for position a little bit. Now it's practically a single file line on the bottom side. Right now, Hess trying to wrap up stage 1 with a bow, but it is still too early to call. Now you're looking at the fight on the spotter cam going into turn 1 and 2. Pretty good racing from the mid-pack. End of the line, of course, is going to have the best draft efficiency, as they're going to have the most. They're going to have the most draft out of all cars. Of course, draft influence gets bigger the longer the line is, so the farther back you are, the more fuel you're going to save. And of course, the less throttle you will need. I'm sorry, I'm trying to read chat at the same time. Johnny, appreciate the shout out there on the Twitch side. Guys, be sure to also follow us on Twitch, not only for the NARAS Cup and Truck Series, but for Right Time and the American Stock Car Racing Leagues running on Mondays. You will only find that action exclusively on the Twitch side, so be sure to follow us there as well. Caleb Hess still in the lead. 10 more laps to go. You're seeing it go a little bit crazy over here. Looking at the top 10 right now, Lucas Lewis just outside. The number 8 of Ace Wells going to be able to advance his position into the top 10 right now. Get those stage points. Gage just sitting outside. Same with Lucas Lewis in the 73. Mandara just behind. And then, of course, Battersby in 14th place. Stephen Hayes, Dylan Barris, and Thomas Adams of a 3-car pack in the back. That is 15th through 17th. They are ways away from the leaders. This is Stephen Hayes in 15th right now. Then moving up to your leaders, going past the start-finish line right now as the birds fly by on the infield. They are a ways away from those drivers. Now, Caleb Hess, Jordan Fisher, 1-2 with 9 more laps to go, lap 12. At this time, Brad Miner in the 87 just behind in a beautiful Mobile One paint scheme. Peter Hopp, your pole sitter of the night in 4th place. Dave Stinson in 5th, rounding out your top 5, and this top 5 is pretty close, but you see there's a little bit of room between them. You got to wonder if they're trying to set up the run now. Can't really get much of a run bumper to bumper, but if you leave a little bit of gap, you will be able to get a decent push off when you rejoin the field with that draft. But the biggest question is, will anybody go up with them if they decide to go up as well? Right now, the way things have been going, it has been really, really conservative. We haven't seen crazy dives or maneuvers for position. Top 5 seems to be pretty content with their positions as of right now, but that could change when it hits 3 laps to go. First caution of the night out. Lucas Lewis and Mandarud have crashed. Going to the replay right here. Good God, that was actually the 26 of Gage Burns that initially started that off. We're going to go back up a little bit, go to Gage. Gage went to pass the 8 of Ace Wells, got down low, and was clear. 08 of Charlie Bennett came down and connected on that bumper, sent Gage in the wall and off of his wheels. Could have been scary, could have flipped there, possibly the end of the night for Gage. We're going to watch that one more time. First caution of the night out. While these drivers go to pits, we will be right back.
Experience the world's most legendary racing events with iRacing. iRacing special events allow any member to compete in full-length multiplayer races based on some of the biggest events in motorsports all year round. Compete in virtual endurance races, such as the Daytona 24, Spa 24, and the Nürburgring 24 Hours. Take on some of the toughest races on the NASCAR schedule, such as the Daytona 500. We have events from disciplines all across the racing world, from the Indianapolis 500 to the Chili Bowl, from the Bathurst 1000 to the Crandon Championship. Our endurance special events utilize iRacing's team feature, where members can sign up and race together on their own team, swapping drivers throughout the race. Other events utilize iRacing Super Sessions, where you're not only racing against those on track, but against every driver taking part. And as every race progresses, watch and feel the track change with progressive time of day, dynamic weather and rain, and dynamic track debris and surface changes. Take on your favorite discipline or try a brand new racing challenge with our biggest races of the year, the iRacing Special Events. Learn more at iracing.com/special-events.
Crazy caution for the first caution in lap, believe about lap 14, stage 1. They should come back with a 3-lap shootout. This is going to be interesting to watch here. Now that it's going to be a 3-lap shootout. A little bit of a questionable wreck there. We'll play it one more time before they go green. It was Gage Burns in the 08 of Charlie Bennett. I don't know if Bennett thought he was clear or there were some words said between drivers before the race, and that was payback. I highly doubt it. Charlie Bennett has been talked to multiple times earlier on the end of season 2. So I don't think that's the situation. We're going to give him the benefit of the doubt, of course. That will be dealt with. Charlie Bennett most likely going to be getting an EOL for that causing that incident there. As now he is regaining with the field. Trying to at least. As he now finally regains the field. Just as they're about to go green. Gage Burns still in the pits right now. No signs of him coming out anytime soon. Which means he's going to go multiple laps down. That is not a good thing early on. Of course, he'll be able to get a lap back. But if he goes more than one, it's going to affect him. Green flag back out for Caleb Hess, who was the leader at the time of the caution. Green, white, then a green checkered flag here. 3 laps to go for stage 1. Probably going to get really dicey between most of the drivers on the track, and this is something we're going to have to pay attention to as we're going to try to keep the cameras wide for the rest of this stage. One, two, three right now. Caleb Hess, Fisher, and Stinson. Just outside is your pole sitter of Peter Hopp. Trying to make moves on the outside lane. 2 more laps to go. Last season's Daytona opening race winner, Dave Stinson, ran a few races in Cup last season. He had to back away, but he's come back, of course, here tonight to join the new Truck Series and is full-time, expected to make a championship run. Finds himself sitting in 3rd place right now for stage 1. Looking to be a good race for him possibly here tonight. He's just got to get through the 2 teammates of Caleb Hess and Jordan Fisher out front. Legally back there, Lucas Lewis around in the wall. Another caution is out. Zachary Taylor down the road. Big wreck again. Lucas Lewis was involved in the last one. with Mandarood as well. Now finds him back in hot water. Let's go ahead and follow Lucas here on a zoomed-in camera. 78 just behind. So 78 of Mandarood. Airborne entirely. Minimized his damage. We're going to rewind that one more time and play it in slow-mo. Right here is where it comes down. Tap on that right rear quarter panel. Sends him up into the wall off of all 4 tires for just a brief second. Slams him back down. Left rear quarter panel touching the wall. That was the 31 of Zachary Tyler, who we saw go flying down pit road due to the caution. That happened at lap 19, which means stage 1 is going to finish under caution. That is the case. Caleb Hess is going to take stage 1 victory for himself. And with the 31, of course, being the initiator of that wreck, he's most likely going to get an EOL for the restart of stage 2. Guys, if you are just joining us, welcome here. Whether it's on the Asphalt Racing Network's homepage on Twitch, where NARAS is now officially joining us for Season 1 of the Trucks and Season 3 of the Cup Series, or whether it is on the NARAS branded YouTube page, welcome in. We appreciate you stopping by and watching with us, whether it's just a little quick peep in or you're rewatching this as a video on demand on Twitch, or the video after the fact. The stream has ended on YouTube. Of course, this is the first ever Fisher Studios Truck Series race, the inaugural season. Second caution was out here for the night. We'll go ahead and show it one more time. That was Lucas Lewis involved with the 31 of Zachary Taylor as well. Nasty wreck there. Almost completely flipped and ended his night. All drivers on track right now pacing, waiting to get back. Waiting for pits to open, get that fuel in the tanks. Of course, stage 1 and 2 do mirror each other. 20 laps for both stages, 1 and 2. Last stage will be 80 laps before we decide the first winner of the Fisher Studios Truck Series Daytona 500. Of course, a race recap for right now. Lap 21. Stage 1 awarded to Caleb Hess under caution. 2 cautions so far for 6 laps. Dylan Barr seems to be staying out. He is one of the new faces of the league. Of course, Bradley Minor, like we said earlier, his debut here tonight. He's sitting back in 16th right now in pits. Dylan Barris, your current leader, and Hunter Battersby now in 3rd. All brand new faces joining NARAS for the first time, running the Truck Series. And of course, looking at your tower, 85 of Hop still in pits. The 87 of Minor still in pits. And unfortunately, after that first caution of the night, Gage Burns already out in the garage for the night. We'll go ahead and go back to Gage's crash here, which led him to DNF. Was off the 08 of Charlie Bennett. Gage dead into the wall, nose first. And he had too much damage to continue. Yes, he was able to drive that car off. But if you have too much damage, they're going to go ahead and park you for the end of the night. So it's an unfortunate situation that his night ended that early. But he is out and will have to return for next week. Right now, Boris in the lead as he has stayed out. 08 of Charlie Bennett up to second place. Last pitted at lap 15. We are at lap 21 right now. Hunter Battersby stayed out, thought about it, but is going into pits now. So only 2 people remain with the last pit cycle on lap 15. That being the first place sitter right now of Dylan Barras and the third place sitter of Charlie Bennett. Pace lights are off now. More around than go, and we will be back green. We have people in chat asking for the in-car from Bennett. Let's go ahead and get it. People ask, we deliver. Before they go green here, this was the wreck that caused Gage's end of night. Now you guys be the judge. Was that accidental or was that intentional? Everybody coming around to the front stretch now as we are going to be back green this time by. Pace car off. Dylan Barras taking us back to green flag in the restart zone. Green is out. Stage 2 now officially started. Barras in the 77 making his debut here tonight. First time in the lead. Caleb Hess still behind now, going to the outside line. Already got the lead back. 77 of Barras still on the low side. 75 of Fisher on the high side, trying to make it work right now to get up with his teammate Caleb Hess. He has went low and has left his teammate high and dry. Charlie Bennett, the one that everybody has eyes on, off the track and on the track. He's currently in 4th place right now. We have to keep a close eye on him for the rest of the night. They are already spread it out. Highline getting a really good run there. All 3 cars stacked up. Huge bump from Colts on the high side. That's going to let all 3 of them clear to the lead there. Almost got a wreck in the back between Ace Wells and it looked to be Lucas Lewis. We are still clean and green. Barras trying to make moves on the outside with the help of side draft. And while they're going crazy, we're going to do our first Crank It Up session here The wrong button. We're going to do our first Crank It Up session here for the Fisher Studios Truck Series. Into these trucks roar on by. You got your warning. Hopefully no one was wearing headphones and they weren't too loud, because you probably can't hear anymore. These trucks sound really good. Of course, we will be adding the Ram trucks after Atlanta. That is going to be exciting. 77 of Boris back in the lead now. They are side by side. The 23 of Caleb Hess on the bottom line with teammate Fisher just behind. The 08 of Charlie Bennett now up to third. In second on that high side line, trying to push. He is bumper locked the entirety of that corner, and that is normally, and I say normally, a pretty bad thing to do. It is literally glutton for punishment. Crazy dive down. That looked really close. That looked really close. He was just able to get down there. Now it's Boris and Bennett 1 and 2. 8 of Wells trying to make a run on the high side. It's going to take a lot to get that line up there. They are pretty wiggly. They are managing to make it work, though. Name of the game is strategy. Of course, 20 laps do decide the fate. And I just realized the tower is not working. Gotta love it. Got to love it. We're going to try to get that working for you. We're still going to keep live coverage here. Boris in first, Bennett still in second, Caleb Hess in third, Jordan Fisher in fourth, Colts rounding out your top five. Practically single file except for a few cars still trying to make the runs happen on the high side. And there is a car all the way off the track to the infield. Believe that is Dave Stinson. I'm going to go ahead and back that up and see exactly what happened with Stinson here as we're trying to get this to work. We are following Dave Stinson right now. Good God. We're going to run that back one more time. Stinson in the 20 on the low side. Everything's looking good, looking good. Thomas Adams in the 33 behind Ace Wells on the outside, just in front. 78 Amandarud on the top side. Wonder if the 33 just gave him a shove. No, he came up and tried to avoid Mandarud and just cleaned himself out all the way to the field. Most likely just definitely ended his night. I'm not even going to say most likely. Definitely just ended his night. No caution out for that. So they will stay clean and green. Excuse that. Don't watch that. We're going to see if we can fix the timing tower here. It's not we're just going to have to restart it, which will throw the connection, the caution laps off just a little bit. But everything will still function as normal as possible. Jordan Fisher now in the lead. Charlie Bennett now takes the lead. Two by two racing here, doing a really good job of keeping it all clean right now, other than a few accidents early on, but it's nothing to really worry about. Everybody's doing a phenomenal job on the track. Power's still not working. But we're still trying to get it working for you guys here. Johnny, we appreciate the 250 cheered bits on the Twitch side, man. You are one of ARN's biggest supporters, and we appreciate your donation there. And your viewership, of course. Guys, don't have to send any bits, but we appreciate all of them. It's your views that matter the most to us here. Jordan Fisher now in first. He's trying to get it for himself. 3 laps to go in stage 2. Maybe we'll have the tower back up before stage 3. At this point, I'm about to just close it down and restart it, so bear with me for a second. Any cautions that come out will be off a little bit, but we know the actual caution count See if we can get it back up and running for us now. There it is. We're back, baby. We're good. Well, we were for a second. Welcome to live broadcast. And if it's not one thing, it's another. Better than last night, though, I will tell you. There was a lot of bugs last night on the iRacing side of things, so we're appreciative that it's not as bad. But there you go, towering up now. Stage 2, 2 more laps to go. Jordan Fisher in the lead, Lucas Lewis in second, Bennett in third, Battersby in fourth, Boris rounding out your top 5. Now there's going to be a 2x2 shootout for the last few laps. Here, 75 of Fisher has a pretty good lead. We're probably going to see Lucas Lewis dodge to the outside. Actually can't really do it. They're going to cause a wreck. Charlie Bennett is really bumper pushing the 73, which is going to end up causing possibly the 73 to wreck the 75. Looking at that view right now, man, it is dicey up there. It is very dicey up there. We're going to go to Bennett's point of view in the car on the gyro. They are heavily locked. Bumper to bumper right now. Lap traffic just in front. Where is Fisher going to go? That lap traffic is coming pretty fast. Lap traffic actually dives off the track, which is going to put Fisher at a disadvantage now. Lucas Lewis is going to get the lead on the outside. Lucas takes stage 2. What an insane finish right there. Jordan definitely not happy. Lap traffic made that decision at the last second, and that could have just costed Jordan the stage. We're going to watch it one more time, of course, from the fan cam once we get around that corner. Here they go into 3 and 4. See the 87, Brad Minor just in front. He's going to dive low at the last second possible. We are watching the nose cam of Fisher. Fisher was expecting him to go down or stay there a little bit earlier. That caused a huge difference in run. And, of course, the 73 coming on the outside. Now looking at the fan cam, coming to the line. You saw an insane shootout. Lucas Lewis just beating him out. A little bit of a nose. Good stage win for Lucas there. Ignore the caution count. That is not the first caution of the night. While they go to caution, we're going to go to a break. Don't go anywhere. Daytona 500 action still to be done. 80 laps left in stage 3. We will be right back on the Asphalt Racing Network.
Dave in victory lane.
The after jets are don't count out anybody. Who wants it the most?
We are eyes on the leader now.
What a victory this will be. Next lap is going to end. Does he have another? No! A dominant performance. They're going to say no, baby. Let's go!
You gotta earn this thing.
It is all on the table. Daytona 500.
Come on, guys, eat your food. Let's go.
I want to taste your banana pudding. You taste my banana pudding.
It's on. It's on.
I was going to say, will you marry me?
Is my makeup messy? Yes, it's messy.
We are back from commercial break. Stage 3 about to start. Pace car is off. Hunter Battersby taking us back to green flag in the restart zone that time. For 44 laps out of 120 done at this point in time. 80 laps to go for the stage. Stage 3, of course, deciding the winner. The first race here for the Fisher Studios Truck Series, the inaugural Season 1. Honestly, I'm assuming he doesn't. I am assuming he does not have a scheme, just running a test car here tonight. Possibly couldn't get one on that car before they came to the track, but things happen sometimes, and it is okay. Now single file racing for a lot of these guys within the top 10. It's actually all single file racing now as there's 80 laps. One pit stop will have to be done before the end of this race. Everybody trying to save as much fuel as possible now, which will shorten their pit cycle when it does go green. Everybody doing a really good job right now of keeping off one another. Battersby still in the lead. Zachary Tyler in second place, Jordan Fisher in third. Ace Wells now in fourth, rounding out your top 5. Lucas Lewis in fifth. few people trying to use that high side early on. That's the aid of Ace Wells trying to make the run happen on the outside line. Right now, to no avail. How many drivers are trying to go up there and help him? And that could be a bad situation. He's trying to use a good amount of energy and gas to push himself up to that high side. But it also could negatively affect him, of course, by trying to use a lot of that gas to get up there. Slowly starting to make his way to the top of the field. Wells now in fourth. He's doing a good job with the cars he does have up there. Live timing has disappeared again. Right now, Ace Wells in first. Charlie Bennett on the outside in second, trying to get the lead over Wells. Bennett doing a fine job right now. One incident earlier. A lot of people on and off the track are a little weary of the situation. Seemed to be intentional. But we cannot say so for sure. That is going to be on the race control admins themselves. Right now, Battersby in second place. Wells still has the top spot on the field. And I'd love to show you how many laps he has had so far in the front tonight. But for some reason, it is not wanting to work here. We apologize about the technical difficulties. We're trying to fix it at the same time while still calling this race here for you guys. And we got it back. There we go. Wells in the lead. Stage 3, of course, lap 14 of 80 to go. 54 out of 120 right now. Good racing so far from what we've seen throughout the entirety of the night. Huge wreck in the backfield. A lot of cars involved. Caution out once again. It's not the first caution. It's about the fifth caution. Bars, Fisher, Adams, Mandarud, and Bars all involved in that crash. We're going to follow the 77. See exactly what happened here. '82 came down off the nose. Not a good situation to be in. There went a lot of people off the track. 78 also involved in the situation. '77 of Barris almost went airborne. Jordan Fisher's perspective right here. He went around in the middle of the track and unfortunately got slammed by the 33 of Thomas Adams. Adams' perspective going forward in the race. Stephen Hayes was the one who caused that caution. Number 82 on the outside, the 08 of Charlie Bennett right there, just in front. Just unfortunately got cleared off the nose of another car. So Charlie not involved in that one. Looks to be directly from the 82 of Stephen Hayes. Now, of course, Ace Wells, your leader, as he was at the time of the caution. Now, most of all drivers in pits this time. That's a wise decision. Very, very wise decision. It would be nice if it only was the only caution of the race, but unfortunately it's not. Oh, my mic was muted. Hopefully it wasn't muted for too long. Yeah, Stream Deck somehow not working. Pray my mic wasn't muted for too long. I do apologize about that, anyone. Well, at least the racing was entertaining for 3 minutes that no one left, so we appreciate it. Technical difficulties across the board here tonight, but it happens. That is live broadcasting. Looking at your top 5 for this restart is going to be Zachary, Tyler, Bennett, Wells, Hop, Battersby, and Lewis. Speaking of that 73 of Lewis, Lewis is full-time in trucks, and he's running full-time in Cup. He was honestly only expected to run that truck series, though, after the end of Season 2. You did hear him make a very emotional speech about him not knowing if he was going to be able to return for next season. Obviously, will be now. He got the call from his boss and picked up the Cup Series ride after NARAS opened up both series to be run full-time for everyone for the inaugural season of trucks. Of course, we are expecting big things out of Lucas tonight. He could and almost was out earlier in his incident, but it didn't hurt him too bad, so he is still here in the race right now and is looking to show you why he has the potential. Green flag out this time by 31 of Tyler. Good jump there for the restart. I have so many graphics on screen right now that aren't supposed to be on screen. What is going on? So my Stream Deck is working when it wants to work. That's what I'm getting from that. Now Tyler in front, lap 60 of 120. Wells holding the lead right now. Single file for a decent amount of room on that bottom side. Still playing that strategy out. Most likely all drivers have went into pits. We can check that right now. We are on lap 60. Everybody went in at lap 56. So they might make a decent amount of fuel run here. I don't think they'll be able to finish all the way out to the end. But that's something we're going to have to pay attention to and watch. They very well might be able to. Really good racing right now for the start of the inaugural season. Of course, we've had a few hiccups. You expect that. Nothing's gonna be perfect. Looking at the race recap, that's a little off. We've had definitely more than one caution. 62 laps out of 120. Ace Wells is the leader, and since we've had to refire the telemetry, we have had 3 lead changes. There's probably way more than that by now. Another caution out. You see it right there on your screen. And another bad situation. That is involving the 31 of Zachary Tyler. '83 gave too much of a shove to the 08. Looking there, they were bumper locked. Truck goes down low. The 83 went down with him. Charlie went back up. They were practically in each other's front end. 83 gave him a decent shove, which led the 08 into the 31. 31 of Zachary Tyler's night is probably done with that nose hit straight to the front wall. Bad situations all around. It is a tough night to be a driver. Does happen sometimes. This is racing. It is just as unpredictable as you would expect. There's truthfully not much you can do to figure out exactly what's going to happen. Sometimes you just got to roll with the punches. Sometimes those punches end you up in the wall. Now, a lot of drivers coming back out of pits. Regaining with the field. Now coming out of pit road, we're going to have Ace Wells in the lead, Lucas Lewis in second, Hessen third, Battersby in fourth with Darrell Colts rounding out your top 5. Not many more opportunities these drivers have before the end of this race. It's getting a little dicey out here. Some drivers doing a really good job to avoid a lot of conflict tonight. Some have not even been in any contact or conflicts at all. Pace car off. Ace Wells on the outside line. Only 2 cars out there going to be taking us back to green flag. Wells now having to do a lot. Oh, we do not have any audio on the track. Wells doing some crazy blocks. If you give me 1 second, guys, we're just going to go to a quick ad break. I will fix it. Just don't want to break the fourth wall, so give us 1 second and we will be right back. All right. Comms are back. Do apologize about that. What a night. What a night indeed. Wells now still holding the lead. Lucas Lewis in second place. And the tower for the 4th time tonight is not working again. What a great day to be a broadcaster. Now Ace in the lead, doing a pretty good job. He's led a lot of laps here so far tonight. Trying to take the win home here. Possibly has the opportunity to do it. He doesn't have much more time in the race. They're on lap 69 right now, out of 120, just touching 70 to go this time by. Tower's been hard worked all week. This is the most this tower has ever ran in one singular week. We can show you why. Schedule on screen now. American Stock Car Racing League is taking over Mondays. 9:05 on the Twitch side, which is on the top left-hand corner. Right time on Wednesdays for the ARCA series, Thursdays for the trucks. And then, of course, NARAS here on Twitch and YouTube, Fridays, which is what you're watching now, and Saturdays for the Gen 6 Cup cars. So, yeah, this tower has been worked like a dog all week long. And we still got one more race to go before it takes a day vacation. Wells still in the lead, 71 laps out of 120. "31 laps of this stage have been ran so far. A lot of people out earlier in the night. Dave Stenson, Gage Burns, Peter Hopp, and of course Zachary Tyler, the last one to join those drivers in the garage. And it is a sad situation to see. Doing a good job in the lead right now. Seeing these drivers trying to work it well. Ace Wells in second, Lucas in third, Hess in fourth, Colts in fifth, Fisher just outside in sixth, Brennan Carroll in the 88 in seventh, Stephen Hayes back there in eighth, James Mandarud and Thomas Adams in ninth and 10th, separated from the pack. Dylan Barris and Charlie Bennett are both connected there, 11th and 12th, separated from themselves as well. Brad Miner is up in that pack with them, but he is 3 laps down right now. You see him, second to last car. 82 of Stephen Hayes, outside of him now, trying to get in front, but the gap closed down. So now he's going to have to work his way back up. He's still staying on the high side right now by himself. That really could hurt him. Right now, lead pack, all single file. These guys are driving pretty well here up in the top. Some of these guys know better now. They're trying to avoid some of the wrecks, trying to avoid some of the cautions, of course. Now that the pack is kind of fanned out, should be a little bit easier for them to keep it green here and going. 35 laps now, going to 36 out of 80 for stage 3. Battersby in the lead on the high side too. Wells now sitting in third. Stephen Hayes getting it from the top side, something we didn't expect to see either. Was just 2 cars out there. And he was able to manage it somehow and held himself up there to get that lead now. You got to wonder how long is it going to happen. Battersby now making a run for it. That is lap traffic in front of Battersby in the lead. It is the 87 of Brad Minor. Now Battersby has someone in front of him that actually could help him. He'll have a lot of draft. Won't have to depend off his own draft now. Everybody single file behind Minor. Oh, 8 of Charlie Bennett stays high. Lap traffic all around the field now. Something you don't want to see is the caution. They're doing pretty good at keeping it clean right now. Anything could happen at any moment, though. That is something we're gonna have to pay attention to. Now, of course, nobody getting the run on that low line right now. Battersby still currently in the lead. I feel like it's going to take a molehill to get a... Battersby not letting go of this fight. He thought about going around him, but stayed low. Could be getting loose at this point in time. We are now officially halfway through stage 3. Incredible night for a lot of these drivers still in the race here. Good, clean racing for the rest of this stage is what we are expecting. Good, hard-fought battles from what we've seen so far. Hunter Battersby still in the lead, just behind Bradley Minor. No one wanting to make the run on the outside of Minor. Everybody using that draft, which is a wise decision. While these drivers fight it out, we're going to go to a quick break. We'll be right back with more of the Fisher Studios Truck Series.
Experience the world's most legendary racing events with iRacing. iRacing special events allow any member to compete in full-length multiplayer races based on some of the biggest events in motorsports all year round. Compete in virtual endurance races such as the Daytona 24, Spa 24, and the Nürburgring 24 Hours. Take on some of the toughest races on the NASCAR schedule, such as the Daytona 500. We have events from disciplines all across the racing world, from the Indianapolis 500 to the Chili Bowl, from the Bathurst 1000 to the Crandon Championship. Our endurance special events utilize iRacing's team feature, where members can sign up and race together on their own team, swapping drivers throughout the race. Other events utilize iRacing's Super Sessions, where you're not only racing against those on track, but against every driver taking part. And as every race progresses, watch and feel the track change with progressive time of day, dynamic weather and rain, and dynamic track debris and surface changes. Take on your favorite discipline or try a brand new racing challenge with our biggest races of the year, the iRacing Special Events. Learn more at iracing.com/special-events.
We're back with the racing action, lap 88 of 120. We've made it a very long time green so far. Hopefully we stay that way, and that is the biggest question right now. Will we continue to stay green, Or will some trouble arise somewhere on the track? Looking at the top 5 right now, Hunter Battersby has had the lead for a long time. Stage 3, he has currently led 17 laps here tonight so far. Ace Wells in the 8, just behind. He's led 2 laps. In front of them is the 87 of Brad Miner, who is a few laps down, now 2, because he's in front of the leaders. Caleb Hess is in 3rd. He started 5th tonight, still has not really had a dominant run in the front. He's been up there for a bit, but hasn't held it for long. Lucas Lewis in 4th place, and rounding out your top 5 is Daryl Colts. Just outside of that top 5 is the 75 of Jordan Fisher, who started in 11th. Brandon Carroll, who is now in 7th, and Stephen Hayes in 8th place. Those are the last few drivers on lead lap. Battersby trying to make a name for himself here tonight. And he's doing a pretty good job, too, if you ask me. Battersby doing a pretty good job. He's going to be saving a lot of draft, or a lot of gas, now that he's been behind the 87 of Miner for a pretty long time. It seems to almost be a spin out under caution. Under green flag pit lap. Good Lord. Leaders all into pits this time. Ace Wells, Stephen Hayes, Brennan Carroll, and Battersby all come into pits. Who will beat him out is the question. Ace Wells out. We're going to look. That was a close come out. Ace, then Battersby. They're all pretty grouped up on the track. Actually could help them. Could benefit them a little bit. Going back to your leader right now, Caleb Hess in the lead. "54 laps done in stage 3 out of 80. Now we're going to see the second pack come in. Caleb Hess Jordan Fisher, Colts, Lucas Lewis, all in this time. Now looking at these drivers going in, who will be the first to come out? Watching from the pit exit cam, Lucas Lewis. Here they come out the pits. Lewis in the back of that pack. They're getting out of pit lane. 25 of Darrell Colts was the first one out. Currently in the lead. Caleb Hess in second, Jordan Fisher in third, Lucas Lewis in fourth, Ace Wells now in fifth, but that pack is slowly churning. You see them catching that lead pack right now. Heavy check up there. Brennan Carroll not too far back. Stephen Hayes had a dive low there. You saw. Oh, I'm sorry, that's not Stephen Hayes. I believe that might have been the lap car of Bradley Miner. Had a dive low there. Didn't want to get collected in that wreck. With them regaining at a pretty decent speed. So now Darrell Colts still your leader. Ace Wells on the outside. You see him trying to go side by side with Lucas Lewis to get that lead back. He's led a lot of laps here in stage 3. He's trying to continue to add to that total. Colts in the 25 now in the spot that could win the race if this was the last lap. But of course, it's only lap 56 out of 80. We still have a lot left to go in racing. Single file they go, 33 of Thomas Adams. He is laps down. He's going to cycle himself to the back. He's the first car, 2 laps down. Now, of course, once again, single file. Drivers should be able to make it here off of gas. It's been a tough fought night for all the drivers who are still left in this race. Now the 25 of Colts finds himself still in a good position. Ace back there, still using that high side, trying to make it work. We've seen him take the lead multiple times from that area on the track, aka the high side, even with an outnumbered car advantage on the low side. We're going to see him try to do it again. Caleb Hess now in the lead. 30 laps left to go here in the Fisher Studios Truck Series Daytona 500 inaugural Season 1. Lap 61. Wells has the lead back right now. Back single file for a lot of time. Lost another one on the field. The 08 of Charlie Bennett has parked it for the night. He is multiple laps down. He had no dog left in this fight and has now parked himself in the garage. Wells doing a really good job controlling the field like we've seen him do so far majority of the night. He continues to do it now too. Lap 64 out of 80. Wells still holding the lead. A little bit of a bumper tap that time. But it is not so bad. They were able to keep it rolling. "104 laps out of 120. We are now officially nearing what we can call the end stages of this race. Stage 3 still has a decent amount left to go in it. Pit cycles, most likely for these drivers, have come to an end. We've seen almost all of them go into pit lane. Now it is about managing those tires and gas for the remainder of this run. I think we've seen about 2 pit cycles here in stage 3. Most likely a lot of gassing goes for the earlier cautions just to make sure that they were able to make it to their real strategy. Wells is probably going to be the only one having to manage some fuel. Of course, he was pretty good earlier sitting behind Brad Miner in the front. So he probably didn't have to take as much as the rest of the guys when he went down. But you've still got to wonder how much he has left in that tank compared to the rest of the field behind him that's been sitting in draft for a majority of the run. Now officially hitting the 15 laps to go mark. No drivers really breaking off from this pack. Everybody's still doing pretty good at managing and staying in the draft. Not getting into each other too much, leaving a decent amount of room on the field. At this point, you got to wonder, is Wells going to be able to take this victory? Is a wreck going to happen after the white flag? Will we see a crazy run from the outside lane to claim the first victory of the season? Bolt's doing a good job holding this top side. 13 more laps to go here. Or excuse me, Wells. Colts is sitting in 4th place. Caleb Hess is in 3rd in the 23, and Battersby is now sitting in 2nd. Wells did a good job to get to where he's at by using the top side for a decent amount of the run. Even when he was outnumbered, he tried staying on that low line as much as he possibly could. When he was in the lead, was able to get the lead multiple times, though, from that top side. Now he finds himself in a good position to win this race unless somebody makes a move, and it looks like you're about to start seeing them. There's a huge breakup between 2nd and 1st place. $11 more laps to go. They've officially caught up with the field now. Not much more time. These drivers have been close-knit for a majority of Stage 3. Looking at the last times there, about almost a minute to get past the track. This is who is in the top 5 manufacturer-wise. 2 Toyotas, 1 and 2. 4 Chevys from 3rd through 6th. The lone Ford in 7th. Brandon Carroll and another Toyota in 8th, with Thomas Adams in 9th in a Chevy. Brad Miner, another Toyota. Dylan Barris also running a Ford. Someone who's kind of been quiet tonight, lost the stage to Lucas Lewis. Jordan Fisher sitting in 6th place, really weighing out his options right now and his opportunities to possibly get a good run here. 9 more laps to go. And someone else, we are patiently waiting to see if they make a move. The 23 of Caleb Hess. Hess was very uncertain about his 2026 plans until he made a decision to go truck racing. Just about 3 months ago, he didn't even have a ride after leaving Toyota, but Parker Motorsports picked him up and gave him a seat. If you were watching our preseason speed week, Hess had won his Clash race here just 2 weeks ago and almost won the dual race last Saturday as well, attempting to qualify for the 500. Hess has been known as a bit of a super speedway guy, so we're expecting him to be up front and making moves here at the end of the race. Now we are nearing the end of that race as well, where we should start seeing some crazy moves come out. These drivers have been patiently waiting for the end of the race. 7 more laps to go. You've got to wonder who's going to be the first one to try to go to that outside and get pushed. Will someone jump up and try to stop that run? Or do they think they got him? Only time will tell here. Roughly about 6 more minutes before we have a winner. Six more laps to go. Wells still holding strong on the low side. 7 at Battersby. Getting a little wiggly there. You got to wonder if he thought about going up but just realized it was too early to do so. This is where it starts to get tricky. 5 more laps to go. The next 2 laps, you should possibly start seeing people move around that track. Lapped car there hugging the outside, not interfering with the race finish now. 4 more laps to go. Wells on the bottom side. No one is trying to jump up yet, probably waiting to get past that lapped traffic. Lapped traffic door to door with the leader now. 7 possibly making a move. No move right now. He's got to be careful, though. He is bumper locked. Oh, never mind. Thought he was bumper locked with the 8 based off of the angle of the camera there, but I was definitely mistaken. Three to go this time. 2 more. The white flag will be out. No more cautions will be available. Seven looks to now starting to want to go to the high side, trying to see if anybody's going to go behind him. No one tried to. Huge overrun there now. Everybody is starting to form the 2 lines, and look at that. Battersby gets the lead on the high side, dives low in front of the 8 of Wells. Now Caleb Hess to the front on the high side, being pushed by Colts. Will he dive low and leave him out there to dry? Hess and Colts both dive low. 2 more to go this time past the line. Wells losing 5 positions there in just 1 lap. Now it's the 23 with all eyes on him. He's won the duels in the Gen 6 cars. Or excuse me, the Clash. Will he return it to sender and put himself in victory lane here again? Lap traffic in front of the leader. That's going to hold some of those lines up. White flag, no more cautions. This could make or break the race. Caleb has just got turned by the 7. There's going to be the end of his race. 25-75 of Jordan Fisher sneaks through on the low side. Mr. 1-7 at SuperSpeedways. Only has Lucas Lewis behind him. And that should seal the fate. Lucas now catching up. You've got to watch out. I don't think he'll have the run in time. 75 giving it all he's got to the front straightaway. 73 now catching up. Will he go? Goes to the outside. We saw this for stage 2. Will he beat him? Jordan Parker gets the win for the first Truck Series race here in NARAS. What an insane difference on times. We're going to watch that back after Jordan celebrates his victory. Congratulations are in order to the 75 part-time driver taking the first win of the regular season. Jordan Fisher takes it here tonight. 75 parked at the start and finish line. One hell of a celebration from a man that has a very bad luck at SuperSpeedways. It is very fitting he was able to miss that wreck and get the first win. We're going to go back real quick and look at that just before it came out. This was as the wreck started. We're going to be looking at Caleb Hess up there. $75, a Fisher knew what to do as the 7 car was literally on his hood. Carnage for everybody into the catch fence. An insane wreck. We're going to look at that from the cockpit view of that driver. Huge wreck on the bottom, and you just see Fisher run away with it up front. He had Lucas Lewis behind. Lucas gave a valiant effort to catch up. Slowly stayed in that draft and worked his way up to the top. Tried to pass him to win it again like he did just a night ago. And that gave Jordan the win. Once again, an incredible finish to an insane race. I know some there not going to be too happy with the finishing result. Huge wreck that ended a lot of people's nights. Going back to the live view of the track. Jordan Fisher gets the win. Lucas Lewis finishing in second place. Caleb Hess in third. With the 8 of Wales in fourth. Battersby rounding out your top 5. Now, of course, we're going to do our driver interviews. After an immaculate finish there, we're going to look one more time. Just to show you how close it was. 0.022 thousandths, 200ths of a second from a win was the 73. Of course, right now we are going to bring in our top 3 finishers of the night, being Caleb Hess, Lucas Lewis, and then Mr. Fisher himself. Caleb, we thought you could have had it there at the end. It was looking really promising until the wreck with Battersby. Take us through the race for you. It was a little hectic out there for some tonight. Others, obviously, the rest of you who were able to make it through, kind of prevailed in the long run, and tried to work with what you had. Kind of take us through your the race from your perspective.
Well, first of all, it's probably one of the coolest things I've done in a long time. This race was incredible, but winning stage 1, I felt pretty confident, and then stage 2, I don't know what happened. I tried to go to the bottom line and ran out of talent, I guess, and spun it into the infield. And then kind of near the end, the whole team was just talking about saving fuel, trying to make sure we'd be good, and hope there isn't a caution. But luckily we came to the white flag before the big one happened.
Now, you only started in 3rd place. You were pretty close to the win here tonight. Was trying to go 2 for 2 this week, as we saw you take the win during Speed Week. Of course, that being in the Gen 6, now to the trucks. Did you feel like they were a little bit easier to maneuver here on the track, or do you feel like the trucks were looser than the Gen 6 cars?
It was definitely looser. Anytime a car would come up behind you and start pushing the bubble, the rear end would just start swaying around, and it was really hard to get something going.
Now, of course, you being in the truck series, you have a lot more races up your sleeve, shall I say, to be able to capture your wins and kind of lock yourself comfortably into the playoffs. Now that Daytona is done, we are going to Atlanta, the 2008 version, not the SuperSpeedway. So that is going to be a little bit different from this week. Of course, we have some heavy hitters on the schedule: Texas, Bristol, Watkins Glen, and then an off week come back to Lime Rock, Pocono, the longest race of the season. Gateway is also on here, Montreal and Nashville, before we even hit the playoffs. How are you feeling about your opportunity to see victory lane in the trucks before we get to the playoffs?
I mean, I hope I see victory lane multiple times before the playoffs even start, but I want to lock myself in before we start hitting some of these road courses. I'm not very good at turning right.
So, I mean, of course, first race here out, you're going to put yourself in a decent position on points with your finish, of course. Did you feel like there was anything earlier in the stages, stage 1 and 2, that you kind of could have done differently to possibly give yourself a little bit extra points going into the checkered flag here, or are you pretty content with your performance overall tonight?
I'm pretty happy with my performance. If only I would have made a better decision in stage 2, not to get to the bottom lane and spin myself out, it would have been a pretty successful day. But I'm still really happy with how I did today.
Well, of course, before we let you go and enjoy the rest of your Saturday, you've already proven me right as I gave you another interview during the 500 week. Do you have any shout outs that you'd like to give before we let you go enjoy the rest of your weekend?
Oh, first of all, I want to shout out you for bringing another amazing stream. And I want to shout out Jordan Parker for giving me this last minute ride. Like it was a random message just saying like, "Hey, I want to run trucks," and he was the first person to respond and gave me a seat. So I'm really happy, and I want to make everyone on my team proud and show them that I can be a champion.
Well, I think you're already off to a good start with a top three finish. Unfortunately, it wasn't the win, but you have a lot more races up your belt under the lights on a Friday night. So we look forward to seeing what you're going to be able to accomplish for the rest of this 24 race regular season. We hope to talk to you again in possibly Victory Lane. But until then, my
Yeah, you'll
friend, I
be
hope
seeing
you
me
have a good
there.
one. Oh, for sure
Thank you.
we
You
will.
too, Tyler.
That was the 23 third place finisher of Caleb Hess. Now we're going to have to interview someone that came up just a little bit too short at that end run right there. That being the 73
Up there.
of Lucas. Well, hi, Lucas. Surprise. So you almost made Jordan rage back to back stages you were trying to take from him. You came really close, and I mean, like, really close. 0-2-2 close. Obviously, wasn't good enough to get the win. How are you feeling about the race here tonight? I know it was hectic early on. A lot of cars got wrecked out due to some wrecks, solo wrecks as well. But how are you feeling about the race?
I hope I don't have this omen for the 500. I was involved in almost every. I was near every wreck, like the entire day. Um, but it was very fun. I did enjoy it. That was probably one of the best amount of racing I think I've done here at Daytona. Period. It was some hectic moments, and then there was some all right, back off a little bit. Let's maintain here moments. And I definitely thought I was out towards the end there when Jordan dropped down in front of the eight. I think it was the eight, and left me out. And I was the only car on the outside. I definitely thought I was done. I did not think I had a chance. And then they all wrecked going into turn one, and I came out second. If only I didn't. If only I came out and got more speed off of that wreck and was able to maintain with Jordan. I think it would be a different story. But Jordan just got too far out, and I had no time.
Now, of course, this is the first race of many. We have a lot more crazy races on the schedule. At least 3 road courses on the schedule, some intermediate, some short tracks, Bristol, Pocono, one of our longest tracks. A track many people might not have been touched in the last few weeks because everybody normally avoids it during officials. That being Lime Rock. Gateway would also be another one that's avoided during official week. How are you feeling about, your opportunities to solidify your winning in going into the playoffs?
I feel 100% confident, and I'm not really a road course guy, but I feel super confident now in these road courses. And I feel like I could be somewhat competitive. You saw at Watkins Glen, in 2020 and that season two at 2025. Technically, I can say 2025. I was pretty fast. I was the fastest playoff guy there. So, I I feel very confident in my abilities to at least get a win. I think it would be much rather. I would much rather win here and don't have to worry about it, but this made it a little bit harder for myself.
Yeah, of course. We don't really have many more opportunities at a super speedway. I believe only just 2, that being Talladega at week 10, and then going back to Daytona at week 16. Now with majority of the field being here tonight, of course, it's still going to be growing throughout the weeks. Now that you've ran with a majority of the field up to this point in time, Do you feel like you kind of know everybody's strategy and what you need to be doing yourself next go around at a super speedway?
Yes and no. Found out a lot of stuff about the '08, and a couple other drivers. But yeah, I feel super confident about next time coming here and going to Dega. I mean, if we have the same group like we did with Daryl, Jordan, Caleb, and Thomas, I feel like we're gonna be unstoppable. This is a very great group on the super speedways, and we showed it tonight that we could dominate a super speedway. I mean, we won stage one, won stage two, and won the race. So this is a very dominant group on the super speedways, and it's going to be like I think 2018 Stuart House Racing.
Now, of course, the trucks are normally a little bit loose here. The longer the race goes on, the worse it normally gets, is of course with the rubber and possible debris on track. How was your car feeling, or excuse me, how was your truck feeling for you tonight from start to finish?
It felt perfect, actually. It was weird. Like I didn't feel loose at all. I just every once in a while I would get a tiny bit tight, but I was able to kind of cut it back down, and I kept on getting the run. I definitely felt like towards the end of that run, I had the best tires out of everybody. I feel like I was just off of the way I was hooking the bottom and being on that line, and everyone else was kind of drifting up a little bit off of that line. I felt super confident in my tires. I just again kind of put myself in a bad position towards the end there and didn't really have a chance. But hopefully this kind of correlates to the cup cars tomorrow, and hopefully I'm in a better position first than what I did tonight.
Well, of course, just a few seconds, and I mean a few seconds shy of a win here. Hopefully, we'll be able to replicate a better ending for you tomorrow. But of course, before we let you go, I always love to ask you drivers if there's any shout outs you'd like to give to anybody.
You know me. I have a lot of shout outs to go through. Shout out to you, first off, for streaming all these races, making it possible, and doing double streaming, actually. So I like to say thank you for that. I'd like to thank Jordan Parker. I was not supposed to be here. I was going to go off and do my own thing. And then I found out that Jordan had an open truck, and I was thinking about coming back. And I messaged Jordan and said, "Hey, can I get a truck opportunity?" And he's like, "Yeah, sure." So I was like, "Okay." I jumped in the truck, got a P2 finish here, and then kind of got my way up into the Cup car for the 24 tomorrow and for the rest of the season. So I like to shout out Jordan with that. He's building a very big program over there that I feel like can dominate a lot of different races and a lot of different styles of races. I'd like to shout out my parents for always watching the streams. Like to shout out. Trying to think of more people to shout out. Shout out all my friends that watched the race and tuned in for this race. Shout out to Owen. He watched the race a little bit, and then texted me after the race saying "washed" when I lost. And the shout out to the field that we had a great field for it. Even though we kind of had some big wrecks here and there, at least we kept it exciting for all the fans here. And shout out to the fans too. Thank you guys for showing up and making this possible each and every week.
Well, of course, second isn't first, but you did a damn good job getting the stage win to help the team with the sweep tonight. Congratulations on your second place finish. We look forward to seeing what you're going to be able to do with the rest of the season ahead, and we hope to talk to you more with possibly a win under your belt.
Yeah, hopefully more victory lane.
All right, Lucas, you have a good one.
All right, you too, Tyler.
That was your second place finisher, Lucas Lewis, which means there's only one more to do. And it's about to be a 15-minute conversation, so I hope you guys are ready. And if you're not, you better prepare yourselves. Because the only person we have left is the winner, the man himself, that has a horrible record at super speedways and somehow was able to pull a win off. Mr. What now? 2-7 at super speedways? Well, Jordan was pulled and disconnected. Something happened. There he is, Mister 2 and 7.
Ah, that feels good. That feels great.
Well, yeah, it took a truck. Who would have ever
That
thought it takes a truck for you to win a super speedway?
under green.
Yeah, under green flag. Well, I mean, if you want to be statistical, there
Hey,
would have been a caution if it wasn't the white flag.
oh no, if it was about 200 feet sooner, we would have been having a restart for sure.
Yeah, it would have been
Um,
a crazy restart too.
I'm surprised that I avoided it and was able to hold it on to the apron like I did. I did not expect my truck to stick like that. Though that was 80 lap old tires.
That is absolutely insane. I kind of figured the second group with you in it didn't take tires for how fast you guys kind of went in and came out all together. The first group obviously took the tires as they came out a little bit more spread, but I mean, insane strategy call. I mean, it put you in a good position. Definitely
It
did.
it it definitely put us in a great position. We were before that cycle happened, we were talking for about 15 laps about when we wanted to pit. We were going over numbers, whether we wanted to do 91, 93, and eventually we were going to talk about going on 96. But on that stage 3 restart, I completely washed up and restarted in 4th gear. That's what happened. That's why we got all spread out. And I was burning way more fuel leading that second group than I wanted to, and I could not get the 88 to push me at all. Uh, so we were talking for a whole bunch of laps just about how we wanted to do it, and I had the earliest pit stall, so it gave me a lot of room to go way deep to the inside and just use up all that space that I could to get slowed up, and it worked out.
Now that the superstition cannot follow you to the truck series, how are you feeling about the rest of the season? I know you're only part time in here, but you've got the first win of the season. You've got a good situation now. Even though you are part time, you've got a good situation on getting possible more wins. You brought a lot of morale to the team. Team took the sweep tonight.
Oh,
I mean,
100% we did.
how are you feeling? Not only as a driver, but as a team owner.
I got a good program. I have a great program this season, both in Cup and trucks. I know a lot of people were very controversial about me picking up Lucas again. Um, I was very hesitant myself, but he's showing a lot of improvement just tonight alone. And with him being full time in both trucks and Cub, I think that's going to give him a lot more to learn. It's going to give him a lot more discipline to kind of be more patient. Caleb, I've always known has just been bad fast. He's a excellent driver. He's very patient at the pedals. He's very patient at the wheel. He waits for the runs to generate. He doesn't try to create them. And Daryl, he's brand new to the program. Was part-time last season with the 65 Cup car. Not even a Parker Motorsports car. It was owned by Josh. Josh picked him up. I made him an affiliate to PM, and now he's full-time trucks, and I'm very pleased to have him. He's highly intelligent when it comes to strategy. I did not think that that was one of his specialties, but it worked out in our favor tonight. And unfortunately, Cole couldn't be here. I do want to dedicate this win to a couple of people, but we'll get to that in a minute. Unfortunate with Cole's situation, he wasn't able to make it tonight. I'm hoping he can make it next week, but I got a lot of confidence in Cole as well. So, yeah, as a driver, I feel very great because I love the trucks. It's a lighter weight Gen 6 car, in my opinion. It's got the same style chassis. less horsepower. I can kind of play around with it a little bit more. As a team owner, I am very excited for the rest of the season.
Now that tonight is over, the real, I guess you can call it a headache, especially for both of us as team owners, but the real headache will begin tomorrow. Of course, Season 3 launch of the Gen 6 cars, possibly the last time we will see the Gen 6 cars take the first laps at Daytona. How are you feeling about the Cup Series now that the Truck Series first race is over and in the books for the first season?
Well, if it goes like what happened Wednesday night, I'm not feeling very good. If it goes like tonight, where we had a PM 123, I'm feeling very great. Tomorrow night we got a stacked inside line 1 through 7 with PM and Bold Motorsports with Owen up there in third. The season itself, I'm feeling very. All of us have been excited for this season. We have a lot of heavy hitters. We got major powerhouses now with Steel City. Parker Motorsports is becoming a major powerhouse. RVR returning champion with Ranny. He's built himself a great program. I'm very, very excited to see how this goes. More nervous about this season than I was last season. Since it's a 38-week schedule, it's going to be a long, grueling schedule. I don't know what I can predict with it. Normally, I'm pretty good at predicting some stuff, but this offseason has fumbled me. It has definitely taken my brain for a ride trying to figure some stuff out. I know you're excited because you've got your program with Steel City. It's you've got a good team put together with Jeffrey, Aaron. Forgot who else was on your team. Anyway,
they're kind of forgettable.
Yeah, just all around excited about NARAS for 2026. It's going to be a great year for all of us.
I'm definitely looking forward to it. I mean, banger season to kick off with the trucks for NARAS, the brand itself. Fisher Studios' first Truck Series race has been literally one for the books. The replayability on this is insane. This was probably, to some drivers, the worst race of their career in the league. Even to the others, this was the best. But I mean, now that this is in the books, it is literally sails set forward until the Cup Series. And I don't, with the group we have, I truthfully feel like we can replicate tonight on a broader scale. I think we have, 33 people confirmed to be there tomorrow?
We actually, that number is not accurate. We have a confirmed 38. So we have almost a full 40 car field attending tomorrow. I have talked with a bunch of people. They are coming. They just haven't found the time to do the check-in. But yeah, we have a confirmed 38 cars attending tomorrow night.
And that is most likely the largest field at a 500 in history.
Largest field that NARAS will probably ever see in a long time.
Well, I mean, kudos to you on that. And we got a special message for you and the drivers tomorrow on behalf of Asphalt Racing Network. So
I can't wait to see it. You've been talking about it for a while. I cannot wait to see it.
Oh, it's worth it. It's worth every penny, man.
Oh, man. Tonight was a major, major confidence booster. It's the momentum that I was looking for. I needed this kind of momentum for tomorrow night because after Wednesday night, I was not feeling it. I was talking with my team. I said, look, if Saturday night runs like this, it's not going to be a good night for anybody.
Well, I truthfully don't think we have anything to worry about tomorrow, of course. Bigger field, bigger wrecks. That's probably the only worst takeaway about the situation. But I mean, with the amount of seasoned drivers we have compared to the new faces, I feel like it's going to be a good race through and through.
I'm hoping it's going to be a great race.
Well, of course, before we finish the interview, man, as always, I would like to ask you if you got any shout outs, which we know you always do.
It's my favorite part, man. It's me and Lucas's favorite part. It's always our favorite part. Um, Obviously, I'm going to mirror Caleb and Lucas. Got to shout you out because you have put in incredible work over the off season. You have so far put in incredible work during the clash, the duels tonight. What you're doing over there with the right time, I gotta shout those boys out too. They put on an incredible league on Wednesday night. I had a blast over there. Got to shout out my man Christian. I got his number a win finally in a league that I did not crash it out of. So hi Christian, this one's for you. He was supposed to drive this truck actually, and he departed midway last season. So this was actually supposed to be his truck, and I got a win in it. So I hope he's watching. I know him and his wife just had a baby. So congratulations to them on the newborn.
Congratulations to you.
Beautiful baby, guys. Beautiful baby. Good job. Gotta shout out Cole. Unfortunately, he wasn't here tonight. His brother is in the hospital, so I want to dedicate this win to Cole and his brother, and Christian and his family. Cole, I've known for going on 10 plus years now since I've owned NARAS. He's been like Owen by my side through all of it, like Caleb. They've all been by my side through all of it. So definitely a very heartfelt win for them. I hope that his brother's doing all right. Prayers to their family. Hope for a speedy recovery. What else? I'm gonna act like Lucas. What else? Everyone who showed up tonight. For our first truck race, I did not expect to have a 16 car field. I was very doubtful about our attendance tonight, but they put on one heck of a show. Brendan Carroll I hate to call him out like this, but for the first time actually put together a decent team. They kept us honest all night. They kept us really honest all night. I did not think that what we were planning was going to work. So shout out to those boys. Ace Wells, Hunter, Bradley, all those guys. Great job tonight to them. My mom, my grandma who's watching, who support me through all of this, even though it's fake as hell. Friends, fans who come out to watch this weekly, just giving them an extra show to watch on Friday nights, and I'm glad that tonight was, to say the least, set the bar for the rest of the season for what they're expecting to see. And just everyone who makes NARAS run, everybody who puts in the work to attend these races, who shows up and shows out and just wants to come out and have fun. Just everybody in general. I love all you guys.
Well, we definitely appreciate it, as you are the one giving us the outlet to perform at the highest level possible. Obviously, congratulations on the truck win and the insane.
I got one more.
Oh, Lord.
I got one more. Owen. I want to shout out Owen. I got win number 5 tonight, boy. I'm coming for that all-time wins list.
Oh, God.
I'm calling you out.
5-way tie now?
No, it's no. I got win number 5. I got I'm second right now. I got 5 wins. He's got 6. If you want to count the all-time wins list. So I'm coming for it, Owen.
It's already brewing. It is already brewing. Love to see it. Congratulations on the first place victory tonight. Hopefully this luck transfers over for you until tomorrow night, where things are going to get real and tempers are definitely going to be flaring.
It's the Daytona 500. Did you expect any less?
Hell no. Well, congratulations once again, driver. We look forward to seeing what you're going to do tomorrow.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you. Good luck for yourself tomorrow.
Good luck for all my equipment. It's starting to take craps on me every day.
Oh, man. All right, man. You have a good night.
You too, man. That was your race winner and owner of all of this. Other than, you know, a few things. The man himself, Jordan Fisher, almost slipped up and said Parker there. Good Lord, he would have killed me. It would have been my first and last time in the booth for the Truck Series. Going back to the view of the track, if it'll actually let me. We've been here for a long time. Probably won't, as it always loves to do it. Hey, look, it worked. As a replay, though, so that is that. But, of course, the winner here tonight, an insane run from him. There we go. Jordan Fisher takes the win here tonight. Lucas Lewis coming up just short by .022 to finish in second. Caleb Hess in third after the huge wreck that was initiated by Battersby and Hess. 8 of Ace Wells finishes in fourth. Battersby finishes in fifth. Colson sixth. Carroll in seventh. Hayes in eighth. Bradley Minor in ninth place. Thomas Adams in 10th. Barris in 11th. Mandarud in 12th. Bennett out earlier in the night, finishing in 13th. Same with Peter Hope in 14th. Zachary Tyler out in stage 2 in 15th. Dave Stinson, who we thought had the opportunity to get the win, was out pretty early tonight. Unfortunate for him. And then, of course, Gage Burns finishing in 17th, out on the night as well. Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget, this isn't the end of our coverage. We still have many, many, many races to go. This was only the start. Looking at the schedule on your screen right now, we will be live all the way at the bottom for another dual stream. This was the first one tonight of 36 more, especially for the Cup Series for NARAS, which we will be green flag at about 8:45 after Saturday. Be sure to check us back out on Monday for the American Stock Car Racing League, and then on Wednesday and Thursday for the Right Time ARCA and the Truck Series at about 9:05 green flag. One hell of a race today for an insane first race inaugural season here for the Fisher Studios Truck Series. Daytona 500 for them officially in the books. We move on next week to Hotlanta for another go-around to see who will claim the second victory of the season. After that, we move to Las Vegas. So it is going to be a crazy season for sure, as Jordan gets the first victory here, and everybody's trying to ride his coattails into next season. On behalf of everybody here at the Asphalt Racing Network, aka just me, we appreciate you guys tuning in, whether it was to Twitch or it was to the YouTube main NARAS channel itself. We appreciate your viewership. We appreciate your follows and subscriptions. And we definitely appreciate you guys rooting on your favorite drivers in the chat. Until tomorrow night at about 8:25, I will catch you later. We hope you have a good night.